What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Dynamic Discs Trespass. This one is in lucid plastic. It's 170 grams. There are your flight numbers there. It had, it said Trespass there, which you can kind of see. I think you can kind of see where it used to be. But the previous owner had his name and PDGA number right over the top of that, so I just removed it with acetone to try to keep him off the video. Down here you can see where Latitude 64, who makes these discs for Dynamic Disc, they have a cool system where they laser print the weight on the bottom of the disc. Really like that. I think that's a good idea. There's like an embossed Dynamic Disc logo there, and I'll say Trespass there as well. I think you can see. Really digging this disc so far. It's a great flyer. I really like the plastic. The lucid's good. Seems pretty durable. Doesn't really have much in the way of damage. There's some nicks and scuffs there, but I've hit some solid trees with this thing, and I think it probably hit a few before I got it too. But when I got it, it was pretty much new. Definitely nothing that was going to affect flight. So I figured it was still good, to do a review on, and I saved some money buying a used one. It really only got used. I think the guy who sold it to me said it got used for like 1 round or 2 rounds or something like that. So yeah, lucid plastic seems pretty tough. It's got a nice feel to it. Not like crazy grippy, but plenty good. Feels nice under the thumb, and plenty of grip there to keep it on the line you want, prevent it from popping out early, stuff like that. Give you a look at the rim design. It's kind of a familiar destroyer type rim design as far as I'm concerned. It is comfortable in the grip. Throw it both with a regular power grip and my kind of modified birdie grip. Both worked great with it. Had no trouble with it popping out early. Like I said, the grip is nice on this lucid. It's kind of an opaque lucid plastic. I've seen other ones that are much more translucent than this. This one has kind of a nice opaque look, and I like that for sure. So in flight, this thing is very stable, but not tremendously overstable. It's not something that's going to like turn into a meat hook some way down the line of your throw. This one for me, if I'm throwing it in dead wind, no wind conditions or in the woods or just on a calm day, it's very stable. I can put as much on it as I want, and it'll fight out and finish left pretty much every time. Has a really good glide for a high speed kind of overstable distance driver. It really just hangs up and just wants to go a long way. I've been digging the distance I get out of it for sure. It is not really that, doesn't really have much of a skip in my experience. I carried it on a few rounds as my primary overstable disc, and I tried a couple skip shots with it, and I didn't get too much of a skip going. Definitely get more with like a Z-Force than this guy. Could have been my throw. It wasn't something I tested a whole lot. It could have just been a mistake on my part, but it doesn't seem to have too big of a skip when it lands. Usually pretty much just lands, slide up a little bit, kind of an average skip, and then sits down quite well from there. I had a chance to throw this guy on 2 18s down in the Columbia Gorge, up in Washington State. It's called Shady Oaks, I believe is the name of it. We just call it Bonneville. It's in North Bonneville. Man, what a beautiful course. It's just amazing down there. Just really nice down in the gorge. You got the mountains all around. There's always a breeze kicking down there, which makes it a little more interesting. And there's a really nice balance of, slightly uphill, slightly downhill, left and right, short and long. It's just a really great balanced course. Some open holes and then some more wooded stuff, and really fun place to play. Highly recommend checking it out if you can. But I got to test this guy out into some headwinds, and I really liked the way it was doing in the headwind. It would just, for me, into a really stiff headwind, I'd throw it hard and flat. It would flip up and ride, kind of break out to the right a little bit, and then finish back left strong. And pretty predictably for sure. I was getting good distance into the wind, and I felt confident. Everybody was kind of standing on the tee pad and like hoping for a break in the gust, and then they'd throw and have it just kind of whatever, flipping over and turn into rollers and stuff. And then I wouldn't even wait for the wind to stop. I'd just step up and just rip this thing straight into it, and it would stand up and just go. I think one time I had it turn over pretty hard, and it was on a really strong gust. I might have even thrown it with a little anhyzer, definitely flat. The rest of the time I was throwing it down a little hyzer, letting it pop up and carry into the wind, and I was really liking it. It did a great job for that. So good chance I will keep this guy in my system for a while and use it for just that, for situations where I want to throw into a headwind, or I want it to come around a left-hand corner, but I still want a good glide on it, and I don't want it to just be a meat hook. This thing really, it's just a one disc. I haven't had a chance to throw any other ones. I don't have a lot of experience with these discs. Just this one example. But it really seems to fly kind of like I wish I could make a destroyer fly. If you see like high-level players throw like a really stable destroyer, they can get it to stand up, carry real straight with a lot of glide, and then finish in left still. I can do that with this disc, where if I try to throw like a bottom stamp destroyer or a heavy Z-force, it'll just turn into a meat hook, and I won't really get much distance. With this thing, I can get it to stand up and utilize the really nice glide on it to get some good distance, even into the wind. So that's my review on the Dynamic Disc Trespass. Great plastic, good feel in the hand, really controllable flights, good speed, good distance, very nice glide to it, and seem pretty trustworthy into the wind. If the wind got really heavy and you have a really big power arm, I'm sure you could flip this thing pretty hard. But for me, kind of in the intermediate level, that's a really, really great headwind disc and a stable driver that I know I can put as much power as I want on it, and it's going to go straight and finish left. So thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.